Welcome to your iPEP user guide. This video is designed to help you use iPEP and can be paused at any time. Each section covered is also available as an individual video, which you can use to recap specific areas of the iPEP system. To get started, go to www.ipep.co.uk from any device and log in as either a class or admin by entering your username and password. If you've logged in as an admin, you're presented with the user management page, where you can perform a variety of tasks including adding cover photos, which will appear on all class accounts, moving to the next school year, switching between different classes and logins, adding and updating messages between classes. You can also add, edit, and delete users. To add a new user, simply click Add User and enter the user's name, email address, and password. Email addresses can only be used once. You can also add a photo and include an email message for the new user. The class management page lets you add new classes or edit and delete existing classes. To add a new class, click Add Class, then name the class, assign a user, and give the class a year group. Don't worry if you've mixed up year groups, as students can be changed later on the Students page. The Students page lets you add, edit, and delete students and their details. By selecting Add Student, you can enter information to add an individual student. In most cases, you'll be adding students in groups. Select New Student Template and save the file to your computer. Use this template to add all the students' information. Alternatively, you may wish to pull the information from your school database. Once you have completed the template, save the file, go back to the Add Student page and select Import Export. Choose the file you have just created and then click Import Transfer. Now the students have been added, you can use the Year drop-down menu to select the correct year for each student and the drop-down menus under Class to select the correct class. The Student page also lets you view and score the children's effort grades, and the handy filters lets you view specific groups of children. You can view detailed information for each student by simply clicking on a child's name. From here you can view their overall ability, effort, and attendance charts, as well as their current year's assessment, any evidence saved for that child, any non-negotiable, and also any additional notes. You can also run and print selected reports for the student. The Students page also lets you edit details for each child. By selecting Edit next to the individual student's name, you can edit information such as SEN and medical needs. You can also archive and delete children using the drop-down menu under Status. Finally, the Students page also lets you export a child's data. If a child is moving to another school that also uses iPEP, you can easily export their information by clicking Import Export and then selecting Export Students. Then simply select the child, class, or year group and click Export. The Plans page gives you control of every lesson in the school. You can create a plan by selecting a teacher from the drop-down menu and clicking Create New Plan. You will need to name the plan and select a class and year group from the drop-down menus. Simply drag and drop the units into place to create your plan, then click Save. As an admin, you can also view any plan created by teachers and any related evidence for each plan. Plans can be easily edited once created by clicking Edit. However, units can't be edited once they have started. The Unit Manager page is designed primarily for high schools or teachers that want to write their own units of work, possibly based around specific sports. To create a unit, select Add Unit, Session. From this page you can add the name of your unit and add additional information, write a medium-term plan, and add learning outcomes for the unit. When you've finished, click Save. Once saved, you can now open the individual sessions and add your details to each one. Your units now appear in the Unit Manager page and can be viewed and edited as well as made live or set as drafts. The Teacher Tracker is a quick way to view teachers' progress and see if they are keeping up to date with lessons, assessment, and evidence. You can also view all class lesson evidence. When logged in as a teacher, your landing page will display personalised cover picture and individual picture. These can be added by admin to each teacher's account. By selecting plans from either the tab or homepage button, you can view and edit your existing plans or create a new plan by selecting Create a Plan. You will need to name the plan and select a class and year group from the drop-down menus. Then, simply drag and drop the units into place to create your plan and then click Save. You can view details of your plan by clicking Browse. By selecting a unit, you can view the medium-term plan and the lesson plans. You can switch between lessons and look at all lesson plan points. There is also an option to download either full units or individual lessons. Each unit has been carefully designed to link to other units within the same year and progress in the following years, and all the units have been designed with progression in mind. Each unit has 6 lessons and 5 objectives. Each objective is first taught at the end of the lesson so that the child can explore the skill, then in the main part of the lesson where the core learning is then recapped in the warm-up. Every objective is taught 3 times in 3 different ways during the lesson to engage all children. You always have the option of memorising, making notes, or printing the lesson plans off. But to get the most out of the system, you should aim to use your tablet or computer while teaching. Simply log on, click Plans, choose a plan, and choose the unit you would like to start. The system always knows the exact units and lessons you are on. The lesson plans are laid out like this so you can easily navigate between the lesson plan notes. You also have handy images, videos, and music to help you with each lesson. You can leave notes and complete an assessment for the lesson. The Assessment tab includes an absence tracker, so it's a good idea to start the lesson by opening the Assessment tab and completing the absence tracker. Select Add next to each child not taking part and choose Absent or No Kit, leaving notes where necessary, and clicking Save. Any children not marked as absent or no kit will be recorded as taking part. The assessment can be completed at any point that suits you and can be amended at any stage. However, at the end of the unit, the assessment will be set and cannot be altered. By hovering over each learning outcome header, you will see what each specific learning outcome for the lesson is. Then simply grade each child from 1 to 5. The assessment works on 3 being medium ability, 4 higher ability, and 2 lower ability. If your school works from a 5-tier assessment, you can also use 1 to 5. Finally, you can add evidence to the lesson by clicking Add Note, Evidence. Unlike the assessment, the evidence must be added during each lesson. Choose an evidence type and the outcome you would like to leave the evidence for. You can now add a picture, video, or note and leave your comments. Click Add Evidence to save your class and school evidence bank. Once you have added 2 separate pieces of evidence to a lesson, the Finish Lesson button will be available, which means you can complete the lesson and move on. You can also add student evidence by clicking Add Note, Evidence, and selecting Student Evidence from the drop-down menu and adding notes, images, or videos. Student evidence doesn't count towards lesson evidence, but is a great way to evidence individual students as the information appears on their reports. The Classes page shows all your students their individual information, including an overview of what ability each student is working at. From here you can score each child's effort from 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. This can be done as little or as often as you like, as it only saves at the end of the school year, but is a great way to see which children can be better engaged in order to improve ability. You can view detailed information for each student by clicking View. The overview displays a range of graphs showing progression in ability, effort, and attainment. The Assessment tab shows a breakdown of current year's units and grades. The Evidence tab displays any student evidence that has been added. The Non-Negotiables page is a great way to track if lower ability children are reaching the minimum requirement. The Notes and Attendance tab shows any notes that have been added for the student and their attendance record. You also have the ability to download or print reports for each student. The Evidence page lets you view all current and past evidence added to the system. Simply select a plan from either current or archived evidence and scroll through to view all the evidence. This is a great way to monitor lessons and improve future lessons.